Okay, we are live. Welcome everyone to this September MetaMask Developer Community Call. We are super excited. How are you,
I'm doing
Ayush?
good. How are you? I'm so excited for the all the
All
updates we
good, all
have to
good.
share today, from like
Oh yeah,
the
we have a lot.
demos to the
A lot to
yeah.
cover. Yeah, exciting. We just dropped the different updates, and we're eager to kind of like announce more stuff, going through different things. Also, like yesterday, we finished up the Builder Night Seoul during Korea Blockchain Week, so a lot of kind of like friendly and familiar faces being around during the past weeks, and I mean, and next week is all token, so we are very excited also about this. Okay, cool. Ayush, you want to quickly introduce yourself? You're kind of like co-hosting this call for a long time, but I think for kind of like people that are looking for this, they kind of like know who you are.
Hi everyone. So I'm Ayush. I work as a developer for the delegation toolkit. So if you have heard about delegation toolkit, MetaMask Smart Accounts, you can reach out to me if you have any questions regarding that.
Nice. Yeah, and your kind of DMs are always open, right? Like no matter what time I'm writing, there is always an answer. So there is it's really cool, and I think delegation toolkit is definitely like a vital part of like the developer offering around MetaMask, and yeah, so that's very exciting. Okay, so for anybody that is joining, welcome. This is our September developer community call. We're running those calls at the end of each month. And really the goal is we'll kind of like go why we're doing this, but the end goal here is just to show all the work that's been done, empowering community members. They're winning hackathons, they're doing different things, and really like also bringing this call cool ecosystem partners that are actually like building, leveraging those solutions, and they want to kind of like show what they shipped during the past months. Okay, I think we kind of like mentioned a bit the agenda is quite straightforward. We have less than 53 minutes to go over. We're trying to kind of like put everything together that is in 1 hour. And there is a lot of people involved in organizing this. So a lot of stakeholders, and we're trying to squeeze in so that everyone has this hour. I can even rewatch afterwards because we are live streaming this. So we're doing a quick intro. Why we're doing this, what are those community calls. Then we have Ayush actually running a bit on the delegation toolkit updates slash kind of like smart accounts. You will see also like different things that we actually like worked on lately, and you will see one of the main developer offering that we have. So just to give you an idea, we have MetaMask SDK, we have the embedded wallet, and delegation toolkit is one of the three pillar. And I usually kind of dive deep a bit why and what is
We
delegation
might
toolkit.
also have the
And then, as always,
yeah.
go for
We
it, go
might
for it.
also have an alpha for you there. So if you want
Ooh,
like
like
alpha
alphas.
early alphas, like this section you can watch.
Ooh, I like these alphas. Yeah, we definitely need to kind of like short this up and bring the alpha as soon as possible. So that's great. And then after a huge section, we were actually like invited one of the winner of the previous Dev Cook-Off, Efficient. And the goal here is really like to show what strong builders, founders, hackers, they're building in public, and they're building at those activation, and show really everyone what and why they build, and giving really examples, right? Because I think that's very important that people are getting kind of like this empowerment. And I think everyone here that is listening to this call hacked before, they really believe they built something cool. You can always reach out. We're more than happy to also like create some kind of like room in those community calls to actually like present your demo, what you build, your feature. So there is a lot of that side. Okay, and after Efficient demo, we will proceed, and we actually give an update around MetaMask docs. I don't know if you saw it and you jumped in our docs, but there is a lot of different updates. There has been a lot of unification, but we had the new sections, and I think like it would be fun to actually go through live with Yash, and he's super excited also to have Yash. I think now for the fourth time or something like this, he's coming to present, and it's very exciting because he led all this unification, and it's very exciting also to see how, if you want to learn how you can go through like this tutorial, this quick start. So you will see actually kind of full refresh, and this is already live. So while we're presenting this, you can also go through directly. And then our latest kind of like section here, we will run kind of like a partner highlight in the Solana community. So as you know, we are native on Solana. We're also like investigating and building different kind of like developer tooling. And for this specific section, we have JJ, they actually will speak about the Ultraswap API. So this is a very specific section. It will run through some of the platform plus all the code side. So it would be quite exciting to see. So for any developer out there leveraging and building around the Solana ecosystem, that's something that it might be interesting for you. Okay, sounds good. I think we can proceed. What is your favorite section so far, Ayush, that we can be hyped? And don't be biased about your own
I
section.
think the MetaMask docs, because like the work that has been going on in the MetaMask docs to like bring everything at one place that helps like developers to find what they want to integrate is really cool. And like as you mentioned, like there are a lot of new sections in like docs. So definitely
Yes.
onboarding walkthrough by Yash would be definitely cool.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, agree, agree. That's very excited. I'm also excited about the demo from Efficient. I think like this dev cook-off was quite crazy. There were 600 plus like project being submitted. The judging was also like 2 weeks, and was very very interesting on how all the project kind of lay out. Okay, so let's do it. So why are we doing these calls, right? I think like we mentioned, right? We just don't want to kind of like show what is we have been shipping so far, but this is kind of like a monthly roundup of what is happening around the community, and because these are happening every month, right? So we highlight where we were, what we shipped, but most important, we actually like invite community members, and we're showing what is happening next, right? As we mentioned in the agenda, we have hackathon winners and the strong kind of founders showing what they're building, and in the same time, we're also like inviting very interesting partners, ecosystem partners that are building in public, and they want to show what they're building. So it's kind of a way to expose everyone and kind of like showing what the community has been driving in the past months. Okay, I think like we can get started. So Ayush, yeah, welcome to this kind of like section on delegation toolkit. I'm definitely eager to hear some of those alphas. You want me to share, or you prefer to share?
I think like you can walk through the slides and I'll share my doc
Sounds good.
screen. Yeah. So if you go to the next slide, we can see like what all updates we have. So we have released a new version of Delegation Toolkit v0.13, and let me tell you, there have been like a lot of DevX improvements going on there. Previously, like delegations were not safe to create. Like if developer does not create like delegations in a safer environment, your account could be exposed to like malicious actors. And this we have like mitigated this by improving the DevX by not allowing any developer to create any unsafe delegations. So we have introduced something called as delegation scopes that basically allows you to kind of, let's say, restrict the delegations in the initial authority phase. We also have added like the new clients, which basically allows you to read the delegation states as well. So if you want to read delegation states, you can use these clients. I can go through the docs like to just walk you through like the new structure and the guides we have added. So if you go to the like delegation toolkit docs, you will see the new guides in this section, and you will see like guides for MetaMask smart accounts, from like creating a smart account, deploying a smart account.
Wait a second. Wait, you want me to share? Wait, wait. I was
Oh,
not sharing. Ayush, there you are. Now I
oh
can
no,
share.
this.
Yes, I was sharing the slide. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so as I was mentioning, like if you go to the docs, you can see like you will be finding the guide section, and you will be seeing like guides from MetaMask smart accounts, from create a smart account, deploy a smart account, all the things you can do with like smart accounts. And you will also see like with the delegation, like using the delegation scopes, using spend limit scopes, function call scope, and even like considering a scope further. You can also see the guides for checking the delegation states. So I think there have been like really cool stuff going on. And if you go to the slides, we can also drop some alpha, which will be coming like really soon in the MetaMask Flask. So yeah. If you go to the next slide. So this is something called 7715. So if you have not heard about the ERC 7715, this basically allows you to request permission from a wallet, and this basically will put like MetaMask UX in like 10x forward in terms of like how you interact with like dApps and how you give permissions to dApps. Right now, all of the permissions that you get are like not human readable permissions. Like you will get the blob data and everything. The call data is in hex. But with 7 permissions, you can give permission to dApp in a human readable way. If you can see here, we are like giving permission for like ERC20 token to a tab, and you can see the start time for that permission in like how much amount of time the like tab can use your like ERC20 token, what is the amount of ERC token you want to give. So consider like this like unlocks a lot of use cases for agentic world we will be moving forward to. Like right now all of the agents kind of needs like embedded wallet, right? But that basically creates a fragmented wallet ecosystem where you have to transfer funds from a MetaMask wallet, main wallet, to embedded wallet, and then kind of give permissions to agent. But what if your agent can basically request permissions from MetaMask extension directly, and you don't need a embedded wallet in between? So we are moving into that direction now. And if you are someone who would like to integrate this kind of like feature in your tab, please reach out to us. We're also looking for like launch partners. So if you want to integrate this, reach out to us on the DM. We'll be happy to help you like onboard on the Sense and 1.5, help you with the integration, and hopefully we'll also be the launch partner for us.
Nice, nice. Question, will this support 8004 that were now all these kind of like trustless agents protocols?
Yes, because like we're just giving the permission. So basically, you can give permission to one agent, and then that agent can basically manage your funds and give permission to different agents further. So let's say you give like 10 USDC permissions to the main agent, and that main agent then now gives like 5 USDC spending permission to like the yield aggregator agent, 5 USDC to like swap agent, and that's how like you can also kind of integrate with that 004.
That's very interesting. There is a lot of kind of like idea banks out there for people actually to develop. But I think the 7715 kind of like support, and this will be available on Flask
This will be,
specifically, right?
yes, for the Flask, and by the before Dev Connect, we'll have it on the extension as well.
Nice, nice, exciting, exciting. And I think for people to understand, like delegation are basically off chain, right?
Yeah, this is basically also permission is off chain. Like the user does not need to pay any gas for this. So that's one more like beneficial feature. You can like onboard you like users on your tab without needing the gas.
Nice. I'm going back to the to your to the docs, right? So people can check out those delegation state. I think there is also some
Yes.
tutorials that you may want to show.
Yeah, you can see a lot of
It's
tutorials
very
over
cool.
here. Like I think like Yash will like help us with like how the tutorial section looks like, because that's covered in that section. But yeah, you can also see like the tutorials from the like DTK section, which all tutorials we have. You can see how you can create a social link, invite like a referral link for your friends. You can see like how to create a custom kept enforcer, use passkey as a backup signer, like, and like also like using an ERC20 paymaster.
Nice, nice, exciting, exciting. Sounds good. And do you see already big? I mean, in the past that we did already like a MetaMask delegation toolkit, kind of like a dev cook-off, a lot of different ideas. Any kind of like idea or vertical use case that you wish people will actually like build on this?
Definitely like moving forward to the agentic use cases, and we have seen that in the previous hackathons as well. And I think even in the card hackathon we saw someone using like using DTK to create the agent which can basically give you the yield aggregator on that. Also same for the, if
Mm,
you remember, we also saw in the embedded wallet hackathon where they did 8004 plus delegations. So all of the agentic use
yes,
cases are really good fit for like delegations.
nice, nice, nice. I think yeah, there was a kind of like straight and quick section. I really like excited about the 7715, and again what exactly you said. If partners and people actually are interested, always like our door is always open to actually reach out. And at this point, wait here. At this point, I would say let's actually like welcome our basically like second section of the community call. So Efficient is a winner of the Dev Cook-Off project. Let me bring Luis on stage. Welcome, Luis. How are you today?
Thank you for having me.
Nice,
Please,
nice. Uh, we really appreciate the effort here. You mentioned before you were at the airport, and this is what we call the commitment to actually come and present in a developer community call.
Hacker spirit.
Nice. Yes, yes.
yes,
Cool,
pretty
cool.
much.
Really appreciate the effort, Luis. You want to quickly introduce yourself before we start to speak about Hafizen?
All right. Yeah. So Efficient was the actually one of the winners of the previous MetaMask card that could go. And actually, I'm just part of a team of three. We are all like peers that met in university, and we've been like in several hackathons together and actually developed a lot of different takes on different types of projects from IoT to now much more on the Web3 side. So yeah.
Nice, nice, exciting, exciting. So I was the hackathon experience. That was a 1 month long virtual hackathon, and I think like it's not just a 48 hours, right? Meaning also like you have more time to actually think and build. Yeah, I'm excited. You want to show what you're building and why? Maybe you can start also why you were building this. Do you want to share your screen?
Yeah, let me just very quickly. First, let's start with the why. I think the why is because, well, also with these two other associates of mine, we have like a company that deals in telecommunications. So we were actually, if you can, hopefully it's, yeah, I
We
think
can see.
it's, you
Yeah.
can see it well. So we were
Yes.
like in a very underserved community here in actually in Mexico City, where we were planning to actually allocate new like type of telecommunication systems to bring internet to those sections. So we had to deal like in 300 or more hubs, and the difficult part was actually paying them because we were gonna give them like an incentive for them to have this kind of setups in their homes. And it was pretty difficult. Actually, it was a headache, and it was very hard to do so for patients of houses or more. So we kind of tried to, or efficiently, we tried to solve the onboarding portion of the whole experience, and actually something that would be like very easy for them to adapt to, and also to incorporate their lives into Web3. So let me show you instead of talking because of the cheap. So hopefully this
Meet
works.
Victor. He just woke up and wants a coffee immediately, but he seems to have forgotten every single item to make a payment with. Imagine if you could make payments even with something much more inherent identity. Now, through Efficient, our users can make purchases, for example, for a coffee. Your face is the key. Face authenticate once and send USDC anywhere, across chains with zero fuss. The seller only has to go to the Charge tab, select the channel they want to receive the money from, and the amount to be charged. Now the customer is scanned, and using our facial recognition AI, we obtain the tokens available for payment. The customer or seller can decide which token to receive. If the payment is cross-chain, the Li-Fi SDK is used by the Efficient application, whereas if you use USDC, it'll be done through Circle CCTP version 2. Since the payment is completely mainnet, you'll be able to see the transaction in the Explorer, as well as the receipt for the payment. In seconds, funds arrive. No pop-ups, no gas confusion, just the inherent identity. Once the payment process is complete, the customer can enjoy their coffee and continue with their day, even if they've forgotten all their payment methods. In today's Web3 world, sending USDC across chains is a hassle. You connect, approve gas, switch networks, maybe swap tokens. Each step risks errors, bad UX, and security risk. Onboarding our Web3 dApp is as simple as connecting your wallet, taking a selfie, and voila! You'll have full access to payments using your identity. Proof of humanity directly into your dApp. Your face scan doesn't just link a wallet. It attests you're a real, unique person. No more bots, no duplicate accounts. Every transaction, reward, or permission is tied to a genuine user. Every face scan, transaction, or treasury rebalance earns your identity tokens. We dubbed EFS. Our identity tab tracks your actions, rewards you in real time, and unlocks higher privileges or perks. It's tokenized engagement made seamless and powerful. Obtaining the tokens will be as easy as pressing a button and receiving them in your MetaMask wallet. Want to pay a friend or send funds across chains? Tap Send USDC. Glance at the camera and confirm. Under the hood, magic happens. Smart counts, bundles approved, bridges swap via CCTP or Li-Fi, and USDC lands securely on the destination chain, all in one single flow. To connect to the dApp, just press the Connect button. This button is powered by the MetaMask SDK. You will also be able to see the tokens compatible with the Face ID wallet powered by Circle wallets. The concept of our Face ID wallet is an extension of the MetaMask card, allowing us to approve payments directly from our funds in the main payment wallet. In the case of our proposal, it's possible to run our dApp on any MetaMask compatible device. As stated, Face Authenticate once and send USDC anywhere across chains with zero fuss. Cross-compatible with the MetaMask card, as this empowers the MetaMask ecosystem. And finally, the cherry on top, QR payments, just like payments with Alipay or WeChat. That's it for us. Thanks for watching.
So that's pretty much our video. And just sharing the last thing.
It's very cool.
So yeah, so that's our tech stack. Our vision for this is to move to multi-chain. Actually, we are already multi-chain, but what we keep on working on this idea. Now we have an agent, and now we kind of incorporate the let's say in an ingenious way the MetaMask card. So what we are doing at this moment of development is actually through all these bridges, and instead of having like 7, 5, 6, or 7 services where you go and exchange funds and try to swap tokens and all that, instead of that, you talk to an agent and you can, for example, send an amount of, I don't know, USDC or USDT to your MetaMask card. And instead of using all those services, and you can just spend it. So that's what we have right now. I think that's it for us. Thank you for having us.
Nice. What were, Luis, your biggest kind of like, lesson learned building this, like the challenges that you faced during the months?
Actually, yeah, I mean, the idea was to actually present like the most the most, let's say, the craziest idea we could muster. When for example, I go to a gym and I actually just scan my face to enter that gym. So we try to actually just have that idea and incorporate that into payments at first. Then we had to add all the CCTP and Circle wallets and incorporate the MetaMask SDK, and that's where the thing got actually very complicated, but we kind of navigated through all the documentation and all the tools that we needed to in order to actually try to solve for that problem and create this application. But yeah, I mean, for a crazy idea, or to win a hackathon, first you need a crazy idea and you need to execute it on it. So if we just got a crazy idea and we lack the execution, then we'll probably lose it. So yeah, that's pretty much the issue that at that moment.
Oh yeah. No. That's how it is, right? I think there is a lot of kind of like, problems that are happening. You're able to kind of like, overcome them. And I think there is also a lot of lesson learned that you shared also for other people hearing you, right? So what are the next steps? How you guys kind of like proceed this? Because I think here distribution is key, right? Kind of like QR code payments, Mexico City. I'm thinking like a lot of kind of Face ID scanning is very straightforward as a payment use case, and if it's working also with the MetaMask card is very straightforward. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, what we've been doing this past few months is actually just getting to know the community here in Mexico and expanding on it, and actually trying to get some kind of partner that can help us with distribution. At this moment, I think we have one. We have one. We'll still have to like make certain adjustments to the application and to work with certain providers somewhere, point of sale, let's say, yeah, point of sale providers in order to produce like a more, let's say, healthy application for us to actually go out there and distribute the the concept. But yeah, I mean, distribution is key, and at this moment, I think we have a partner for that. But still, the development continues, and we'll see in the future what comes about.
I have a question.
Nice.
Like, I think like in Mexico, how is the government support? Because I think they also provide you the sandboxing APIs for like off ramping the tokens directly to the bank. So I think that's
Yeah,
really
yeah,
cool.
that's interesting. Yes, in the case of Mexico, there's a system called SPAY, which is SPI, and that is actually controlled by the central bank here in Mexico. So all that is has to pass through that. I mean, just to have an on-off ramp. And actually, but I mean, there's no issue there because everything is kind of open source, not really, where you can just like as long as you clear all those proceedings and have a strong KYC, you can just use.
I think that's pretty cool to see like government also helping with the adoption of crypto.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes. Yeah.
we're not really asking the permission, but they are not declaring that we cannot do that. So I mean, there's a margin there.
Mhm. Are you planning to hack on there is Eat Mexico happening, right?
Yep.
It's coming, I think.
We'll
Very
probably
exciting.
won't be on that one, but we'll be on DevCon. So DevConnect, sorry.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we'll be present in early. Yeah, hopefully we
yeah.
can see each other.
Connect. Oh, of course. Yeah, that would be actually great. We were thinking about hosting maybe a builder day where we can actually like build the demos. We kind of like, we show how to build things. We're showing like, kind of like MVP and even like seeing where like until Dev Connect, how you guys came far, right? What happens in the past, like, in the next 2 months, right? So that would be exciting. Awesome. Luis, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. I hope you kind of like enjoyed. I think a bunch of people is hearing you, so it's also like a good way to show FSend to everyone.
Oh, thanks so much. Thanks for having us.
And safe flight at your airport. Awesome.
Thanks.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much, Luis. Awesome. I will untag you. Nice. That was so interesting, Ayush. I think like QR code scanning with Face ID, integrating also the MetaMask card. It's a strong use case, especially for an average Mexico user, right? So that's
Reminds me of the Blade Runner world where like you can do anything with your face IDs. Any payment you want to do,
Yeah,
pick up one thing for the shop, pay with your face ID automatically.
yeah, that's true. I mean, I wonder, yeah, how this is, and yes, under attacks or similar attacks, but I think that's up to kind of like the FAC infrastructure, right? I think building already the Web3 rails on top, I think it's very powerful. But the fact that, I mean, the use case, I mean, of me losing, for example, like physical cards, wallets, and being like in a coffee shop, these sometimes happen, right? So I think that would be also a cool idea that this works on the Face ID side. Okay, let's proceed here. So let's invite now Yash to give us some updates around the MetaMask docs, the unification, and what has been shipped so far. Yash, welcome on stage. It's a pleasure to have you multiple times again here.
I guess in every MetaMask stream, I need to be there because I'm like the good like charm over here for the stream.
Very good, very good. Very exciting.
Hey everyone, I'm
Exciting.
Yash. I handle developer advocacy for mostly embedded wallets and other things as well over here at MetaMask, and happy to be on the stream once again.
Nice, exciting. So today we're talking about, docs unification. What are you excited about that you want to talk today?
I want to show the experiences that we have built, right? Like we had so many discussions, Ayush, Shabazz, like we had like so many brainstorming sessions on how we actually position our developer stack more fairly and more in a proper way to the developers, because we have so many different things. Like we have a complete stack of products here and there, and we have to be like totally present and be able to empower the developers out there. And this whole exercise we did for the first 2-3 months was just about making sure people are able to understand this, people are able to build and are able to grow with us as the MetaMask developer stack grows.
Nice. Yeah, I really like how you put the kind of the why, like so many feedbacks, so many kind of inputs, and the fact that, DevX need to be improved every time and kind of like being updated. I think that's, yeah, I'm always scared sometimes to see, docs that are kind of like 2 years old, that's how I'm also judging, not just DevRels, but also engineering teams. So it's great to see that. Okay, sounds good. Let me
It
know
was
when
a
I
huge
when I should
effort.
share.
And I should say the
I
person
know.
who is most active in like developing docs right now is Ayush. Like the way he, like every single week I see like couple of PRs from his side. So it's like insane the amount of work he does for the docs.
Weekend. Yeah, for sure.
Weekends, yeah, you're right.
Okay, sounds
Perfect. So
good.
like I'd love to showcase the documentation right now. Awesome. So this is the new layout of our MetaMask documentation, and like upfront, you see like the focus is not on the different SDKs. The focus is on getting you started, getting like a quick start guide or tutorials to actually make sure you are focusing on your use case. You are focusing on what you want to build and not thinking about what SDK you want to choose from our side, right? So that was the main aim when we started this. And then you obviously, when you have to make a decision on what particularly you have to use, you have the particular things. Like if you want to just connect to MetaMask, use the connect MetaMask SDK. You want to create a wallet inside of your application, an embedded wallet, use the embedded wallet SDKs. Smart accounts, always the smart accounts delegation toolkit was called before it out MetaMask smart accounts. And then definitely the snaps, the Infura APIs, and then everything what we have around our ecosystem, we are trying to promote that. But most importantly, let's go to the quick starts, because this is the whole experience that we have created, right? What do you want to do? I just want to connect my users to the MetaMask wallet, as simple as that. And you have an interactive demo on how to do this directly using here. Like just think about it, it's 5 steps. It's a very simple SDK at the end of the day, and you just move here and do different things. Similarly, if you want to go to make application, like create a wallet inside of your application, or just have like a wallet aggregator, like a lot of wallet aggregators out there, you can just use this SDK, the embedded wallet SDK, and you can see how easy it is, each and every step, where you get the key from, you actually just toggle the whole thing for just the wallet aggregation, and you can actually preview it live, right? That's the whole experience that we have created across. And similarly, for most advanced documentation for delegation toolkit, MetaMask smart accounts, we give you direct access to the particular guides. and particular quick start things out there. So this is the quick start. And the most important things are the tutorials. And we are going to ship a very interesting thing very soon, which will extend the tutorials to be more interactive. Keeping it for a secret right now, we will be launching it in a couple of weeks, hopefully, and we will be showcasing it in the next community call for sure. So here you can actually see, you can go ahead and just look at end-to-end how to integrate ERC20 Paymaster, right? This is for the like MetaMask smart accounts. And similarly, you can move forward and look into how to build an AI agent using the MetaMask SDK, right? End-to-end tutorials for different things. Similarly, down the lane, we'll have tutorials for integrating with Solana, integrated with like stable coins and whatnot. Like a whole suite of things to just get you started for the particular thing that you want to achieve. It's not you're selecting your experience, it's about you have something in mind, just go ahead and do it. And we'll have proper AI integration down the lane. We're already working on that, and those will recommend you how to actually integrate and achieve the experience you want to. So that was that basically about the MetaMask documentation.
Nice, very exciting. I really like the quick start because it's really thought about, what you need to do instead, you need to use this. So it's kind of like based on like an experience specific, and it's also like breakdown on different developer tooling. So on the use case that you want to build. What are the kind of major kind of like use case that you see around those days? Like if you need to prioritize those experiences, right? Connecting wallet is definitely one.
Yep.
What else do you feel?
Like not just connecting like one wallet, you can connect any wallet, right? Like that's the major aim. Like we have to be agnostic as a developer product, and that we have making sure our smart accounts are agnostic, our embedded wallets are agnostic, everything is agnostic. So we are not people like sticking people to a particular ecosystem. We want to be enabling everybody out there, and that is the main aim what we are achieving as well. And with things like 7715 coming over, like it will be insane the amount of work we'll be able to do. And I think those kind of guys, those kind of quick starts will be very, very important down the lane.
Definitely.
Yes,
And
yes.
hopefully,
What is the what?
no, no, I was just saying, like, hopefully we can also have the preview for that, because I think like
Yeah.
giving a preview to a developer to see like how it looks like is really cool.
Exactly, and like it's so
Oh
different
yeah.
out there. Like people do not expect it to work exactly how. Like for me, when I saw 7715 for the first time, I was like, "How is this working?" It's like I had to understand it properly in order to even like think about it. So like those kind of previews are very important.
Mm-mm. What is the journey? I mean, we've been also thinking about a lot around, from beginner to advanced developers. Like the journey is kind of like going to the docs, going directly deep into the granular docs, starting with the quick start, starting with the guides. How you kind of like envision this kind of like funneling?
So it's like dependent on the developer. Like me as a developer, I generally go to tutorials. I prefer like end-to-end tutorials, which are guiding me to achieve a particular like integration.
Yes.
I have seen a lot of people who are actually following quick starts. They just want to get the basic thing working inside of their application, right? A lot of them prefer that. A lot of them prefer deep dive into the SDK. Maybe they have like read the basic stuff, how they have to like integrate it. They can understand, they are pretty cool, and now they actually want to deep dive into it. And we have those experiences within the SDK because that was always our SDK references present out there. And these whole suite of like toolings and availability of like documentation actually helps you achieve what you want to achieve.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you make totally sense on the funneling, and I think different ways. For example, I'm learning a lot around even videos, so checking like everyone doing like live coding sessions or something like that. So different kind of ways to kind of like consume content. I'm excited because we're also like working around these kind of like AI features on the search. I don't know if you want to kind of mention already a bit, but I think also people look more closely with these integrations.
We are also looking for some things like MCPs and all, just to make sure the whole experience is really, really seamless all across. And we have seen like these kind of experiences work out. We are very active on Twitter, and we have seen these things. So definitely making sure you are up to date with all the tools possible. And like it's a lot of different things in progress. The team is working like crazy stuff. So it's like a, what should I say? Like it's a whole experience that I'm loving it right now.
Oh yeah, I think the part also of this kind of unification bring a lot of like transparency about like a full coherent DevX, and uh, and I think like you can come directly from a search engine, you can come directly from the doc side, or even you can come directly from either an LLM search or even the slash developer website. You always have kind of like a fine-tuned experience there. Sounds good. I mean, Yash, thank you so much. I
Talking
think
about
that
LLMs, just
was
one thing
very
actually.
interesting.
We have internally
Yes.
the LLMs.txt as well. So if somebody is like trying to copy paste this documentation anywhere, it will just work seamlessly. The LLM will be able to catch it. So yeah, that experience also works.
Hmm. This is very interesting. Yes, yes, yes. That means, okay, okay, okay. No, interesting. Awesome. Anything else to add? I think like we kind of like mentioned a bit what is happening also next. A lot of work is being done. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Yash, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Also the fact a lot of like hard work also being done in putting this unification together. And yeah, we're just getting started here.
Yeah, I haven't shown the UX things that we have done. Maybe that is for people to explore and see what are the different things we have done over there. I love to know feedback from the community, and yeah, a lot of things to be revealed very soon.
More alphas.
Oh yes, yes, 100%. Yeah, feedback, please. Ask us like feedbacks. We have both the Telegram developer MetaMask chat. You can reach out on different channels, both on also on the MetaMask Dev Cook-offs or even IRL. And we're more than happy also to fine tune the new experiences, right? And use case. Awesome.
Definitely.
So thanks so much, Yash. Really appreciate it. And yeah, let us know what is popping. I think everybody will follow you now to see like what is going on also next. And
Yeah,
yeah, I'll see you
definitely.
probably in the next community call.
See you all.
Awesome, awesome,
Bye.
awesome. Thanks, Yash. Okay, so now our last part of the section. Let's welcome YY here on stage. I'm very excited because this section is all about Solana, all about Jupyter UltraSwap API. And welcome, YY. You want to quickly introduce yourself?
Yeah, hey everyone. Glad to be here, and yeah, I think super excited to be working with MetaMask closely. So I think this is a great opportunity to like share some of the stuff that we are working on, and also glad to hear you guys. Glad to hear what you guys are working on as well. So a bit about myself is I'm working on the developer side of things. So developer documentation, developer integrations, all these external facing developer relations items, I'll be the one that you can reach out to. So yeah, this is a little bit background about me. And a big disclaimer for what I'm gonna talk about next is I'm not a developer at all, as what I told the MetaMask guys before the call started. I'm not a developer by trade, but working on like the Jupyter developer docs along the way, and also trying to break things and trying to figure out how does the thing actually work in the background, actually helped me to learn all the learn all about Solana development by myself. And yeah, so today I'll be showing you about how you can use Jupyter and how you can use Jupyter to trade on Solana itself. So without further ado, I think I'll just jump right in.
Yes, yes. And by the way, super respect, this kind of self-taught developer, this is exactly what the world need, because everybody's starting, and I think also having this customized tooling, I think even for lesson learned that you can share here. Let me add your screen here.
Ready to go? Okay, let's go.
Yes.
So yeah, today I'll be talking about Jupyter plugin. And if you see on the screen right here, it's not really like the jup.ag that you're familiar with. So let me just quickly show you. This is jup.ag itself. And what Jupyter plugin is basically we've developed like a very, very seamless and easy to use sort of swap widget whereby you can just plug in into any of your websites or even application. So in just a few lines of code, you can actually get the full end-to-end swap functionality into your website. So this is basically how it looks like. You can search the tokens, you can connect your wallets, and right here, I have actually set up a very simple this website just using HTML. Very, very simple. And then right here, I've already started the development in my local host. So you can see just a very simple website. And in this section here, I'll actually be implementing the Jupyter plugin live right now. So if you actually head over back to Jupyter plugin, you can see that there's a customize section here. So if you click on that, you can actually play around with a few things. So you can actually change like the mints here that the user will be starting with. There's quite a few interesting use cases that you can play around with, even for things like adding fees to the swap, changing a few things as well. And you can even, customize it to the theme that you want. I'll just leave all of this as it is and move on to the code snippet. So you can see that there is two main parts of the code that you need to add. So right here this one here, you just need to add this script into your tag, into your head tag. So if I head back over to the demo app right here, in the head tag itself, you just need to add this script, which will bring Jupyter plugin to your app. And then in the actual script itself, if I scroll down here and add a script, just add this to basically initialize Jupyter plugin. So if I head back over to the demo site and give it a refresh, and there you go. So I've successfully integrated Jupyter plugin, and so I can use MetaMask right here and try to make a swap. Let's see.
This is so cool.
I like how Viva went from I'm not a developer to do a live coding.
So there you go. Successful swap.
Yeah, exactly.
Right here in this very simple demo app. And yeah, I think it's kind of crazy that, from when I just started out in Jupyter, there's a lot of friction for a developer to not just build on Solana, even just across any blockchains out there. Just being able to interface with the blockchain requires like so many different steps just to do one simple thing, right? Just to send a transaction. But what Jupyter is trying to do right here, especially with plugin, is remove all the unnecessary headaches for a developer. For people like they want to build community websites, people they want to build like a very simple e-commerce website. All of these use cases we shouldn't let them have to think about like which RPC should I choose, how should I configure the swaps, all these things. So the very, very important thing here that Jupyter plugin enables is you can do all these blockchain transactions without any RPCs. So you get all the juicy stuff with Jupyter, the exact same experience that you get on Jup.ag itself without any RPC. So what this means is we handle the transaction sending, we handle like slippage optimizations, a bunch of these things. We just handle it for you. All you need to do is just integrate and then let your users swap. So it is very, very straightforward. So how this works underlying is we are actually using the Ultra API itself. So this is the second part of like a demo to show you what actually is happening underneath the Jupyter plugin. So this is the API. This is like a free public API which you can use. If I'm not wrong, it should be 60 requests per minute that you can actually use, and it's free to access. So this is just a very simple setup that I've done. So right here you can see I'm just getting a request through this endpoint, the order endpoint, with just the input min, output min, amount, and basically this is the swapper itself. So once you set up your wallet, you don't even need an RPC, right? And then let's just try running this. So you can see right here, we can actually get a quote from this. So this is the route plan. So what you are swapping into and out of. So for example, this is an AMM right here. And then right here in here, right in the order response, you can actually get the transaction. So what this means is that we are building a transaction for you as well. And all of the features, for example, like slippage optimization, priority fees, all of these things is already embedded right in the transaction. So all you need to do is handle the transaction signing, which is this part of the code. So we're just deserializing and then signing with our development wallet here. And at the end, we'll be serializing it back. And then the last step is actually to send it to the execute endpoint right here. So again, you don't need an RPC. So what this execute endpoint does is we'll be taking your signed transaction and then submitting it through our own transaction sending service. So for example, a user that is swapping on Jup.ag is actually using the same transaction sending service with the API as well. So everything is the same. You're basically getting the same experience, but this is just through a programmatic way, right? So let's just test it. And you should be able to see, yeah, there you go. So swap successful. So for example, this is the transaction right here. And yeah, there was a bit to take in. So yeah, that's all for the presentation from my side. Any questions, any thoughts?
I think it's quite seamless. I really like how also like the swap works. I'm just thinking about also what are the challenges that sometimes Solana developer have, right? But it feels quite straightforward, right? What is your experience? Like, what are the feedbacks that you think like developer has?
Yeah, I think a long time struggle for development on Solana is really optimizing for transaction lending. It is not. I think what one of our co-founders at Jupiter say, transaction lending on Solana, it's more like an art instead of science. Like you have to estimate priority fees, and estimation is not like the actual priority fee that they will get your transaction lender, right? So just estimation itself, and then also spamming the transaction, and to like a typical developer that wants to try out something or build something small for a start, they won't be able to afford like 10 different RPCs or like 10 different node providers to be able to spam your transactions. So what Ultra Swap really does is to handle all those things for a typical developer and let them focus on what's more important, right? So I think end goal here for MetaMask, Jupiter, any blockchain protocols that interact with developers is to really make it as seamless as possible, to remove all the redundancies, all the repeated steps that you need to do to interface with a blockchain. So I think, yeah, maybe like in the future, we can really see like those things getting removed slowly, and developers can have a much more better experience.
I like how you don't need to configure the RPC, because I think like some of the times like when the network congestion is there, it's mostly because of the RPC as well that your transactions are not going. So quite useful to like handle it like in your own infra.
I think it's also challenging in some way whereby we handle it right. It's not in your control. So, if something is happening, then they'll point fingers at Jupiter. Oh, why is it like this?
What kind of dApps are you seeing like using the plugin, like the one you showed with the iframe, I think?
Yeah, I think a lot of like the smaller projects, because their main goal isn't to build like a DeFi super app or like a full-fledged trading terminals, but there are some trading terminals that do use that as well. So, but back to the original one, which is the smaller projects, like projects that are just building for the community. They just want to get like some DeFi element in there to help their users swap, or even let's say new users coming to their platform to basically swap to their community token, for example. So a lot of these like small use cases, that doesn't require like too much effort into building into DeFi, but they can utilize something that is like much more lightweight and easy to use to get those things going.
Nice. So exciting. I think we need to share also like more resources, and I think also like we should definitely like chat more on general kind of developer tooling. Maybe there is also like very interesting work streams on the both delegation toolkit side, on the SDK side. So that's exciting. I mean, thank you so much, YY, on that. I'm really looking forward also to meet you in person in Singapore next week, and have a great kind of like token / brainstorming of ideas.
Yep, sounds good. Likewise.
Awesome.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Awesome. Thanks for okay. Perfect. So I think like that's super exciting. Ayush, I don't know, do you have a section that you like the most?
I think I like the how Viva went from like I'm not a developer and then he went on doing like 2 live coding sessions.
That was very interesting. Yes. No, 100%. And I think we kind of like went through a bit everything. One thing that we want to kind of like mention so that we can wrap up here. So Builder Nights will happen this week. We have next week Builder Night Singapore. So for anybody like planning to join Singapore is more than welcome to DM us. But I think for everyone here, both IRL, both hackers, everyone, even advanced developer or founders, we launched and we actually did a live stream this week, the MetaMask Smart accounts with Monad Dev Kukov. And this is ongoing. We launched it this week. This is a QR code that you can actually scan and check it out. And it's very interesting because we are speaking about, and you can build stuff around the smart accounts on Monad. I don't know if you want to talk a bit more about Ayush, but it's a very exciting Dev Kukov.
Yeah, I think like if you're someone like who wants to build on smart accounts, build on the agentic use cases, automation, or the consumer facing applications, this is the right place to like hack on. And we have like 15K in total as a bounty, so like a lot of bounties to be grabbed. And we are already seeing like kind of good projects. I think like I shared with you, Francesco, like how someone built basically delegation toolkit explorer using the NVO index, and that's like something you're discussing, like how we can like keep tracks of how many delegations are ongoing there on chain,
Yes.
how many redemptions are happening, and like it feels like telepathy or something like that.
Yes.
The hackers did it.
Yes. No, that's very interesting, and it's crazy to see also the amount of creativity that the people has, right? I mean, every month is getting more kind of like momentum and more excitement. There are even people coming kind of back and re-hacking on different topics, because we're trying to also be creative and maintain a good diversity between, SDK, delegation toolkit, embedded wallet, and it's great to see people coming back. So, and we're very excited to actually, nurturing those experiences. So thank you so much, everyone that is listening. I mean, Ayush was a great. I can't believe that 1 hour already went went off, but I mean, we made it. We made it also this month, and there is a lot of more things that are happening in the background. And again, thanks so much for the people in the background that's making this happen. Everybody that is answering the question in the chat, and organizing all the lineup of speaker. It's always like an hard work. And for anybody that is coming also to Singapore, is in Korea, just come and say hi, or just DM us in any socials or the MetaMask Telegram developer group that is always getting more and more. And we have also a couple of announcements coming, so stay tuned because next month's community call will be also full of updates. Awesome. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Ayush, again. Bye-bye.